My son learned some valuable lessons in life that only a father could impart. You know, I had to learn things the hard way since I was a dumb young person. I had to be repeatedly knocked down by life before I eventually understood the lessons. Nevertheless, I can now use my pain to save you from squandering years of your life. I'm going to share with you 19 life lessons that I found useful throughout my adolescent years. Lesson 1. Live life to the fullest. Those who advise you not to take life so seriously are not worth listening to. They are unambitious and have abandoned themselves. Young men are endowed with a lot of testosterone and vitality, and you waste that gift when you don't value life. Horrible. You have to set out to become a monster instead. You're looking to develop brutally and better yourself. It would be wonderful if all of your friends could stay up to date with your progress. It is their fault if they are unable to. Lesson 2. Choose your battles carefully. You will fight many unnecessary conflicts in life, whether they be verbal, psychological, or physical. I have already erred in this regard. I couldn't avoid any kind of conflict because of my ego. I ended up moving more and farther away from my objectives and achievement as a result. I was naive. You have to pick your conflicts carefully. You won't be able to win the ones that really count if you fight them all. Lesson 3. Steer clear of negative behaviors like the plague. Do not possess TikTok? Alright. Not a fan of video games? Alright. Never partake in alcohol? Alright. Many people will put pressure on you to develop negative behaviors. They'll tell you that you should join them since you're bored. You may even come to feel as though all the fun is being lost on you. The truth is that it's simple to develop harmful habits and difficult to break them. Your life will go more smoothly if you can entirely avoid as many things as possible. Those who are pressing you to engage in harmful behaviors now will have to struggle with you in the future to help you break those same habits. Many of them will fall short, break those negative habits, and continue to be losers as a result. Lesson 4. Forge an iron will. People who don't suffer enough tend to have weak minds. Building a strong body is the best method to develop a strong mind because the two are inextricably intertwined. You must find a method to endure hardship and develop a strong body in order to develop an iron mentality, whether that means signing up for an MMA gym, going for early morning sprints, or performing intense sets of squats in the gym. Lesson 5. Perceive by means of deception. Never take something at face value, especially if it comes from the government or the media. Always verify information independently. Always consider who is providing the information to you and why they would want you to believe it. If this is accurate, what advantage does it provide for them? Over the past 100 years, human nature has remained unchanged. Powerful people are aware of this. They are skilled at turning powerful feelings like fear and rage against you. Whether a war or a virus is the topic of the news, always conduct an unbiased analysis. Don't let other people dictate how you feel. Lesson 6. Start with yourself. In the area of personal finance, this is a relatively common expression that speaks more to an investor's mindset. It does not, however, allude to money as the expression suggests. Ultimately, though, it may imply prioritizing yourself. You won't get help from anyone else. Lesson 7. Show selfishness by forgiving others. It will ease your mind to forgive others, not because you think they deserve it. There's no use in holding grudges against someone you don't intend to exact revenge on. You are merely subjecting yourself to a huge deal of stress and strain. Lesson 8. Words have little value. In my experience, a lot of the males I've met have talked a big game but never delivered. It is repulsive. A man's reputation cannot be established by his actions. You have to put in the effort if you want to have a good reputation. Lesson 9. Avoid self-labeling. You can't get the things you want out of life if you name yourself. Saying I am weak, for instance, is the equivalent of labeling oneself as weak. Your mind will immediately tell you that you are too weak when your arms begin to shake a little during a push-up, and you will give up. Rather, you have to describe yourself solely in ways that are positive or not at all. Lesson 10. Discover the nature of women. Several guys who don't succeed in their relationships with girls see them as unexpected and complex. It's the other way around. Girls are really predictable if you know how they operate. Even the finest man's life can be ruined by a lack of comprehension of female nature. If you underestimate this, sooner or later it will cost you a lot. So even if you're not dating right now, Educate yourself on the nature of women. Lesson 11. Develop the ability to stick to your convictions. Muhammad Ali objected to the Vietnam War and his religion and declined to be inducted into the army in 1967. During his physical prime, he was convicted to prison and banned from fighting for years. Like any man of integrity, Muhammad Ali held strong for his beliefs regardless of the repercussions. Lesson 12. A true friend is priceless. More than 10,000 relatives are not worth the loyalty of one buddy. Finding one could be challenging, but if you do, make sure you treasure it. For a true friend, one must be prepared to battle and even give their life. Lesson 13. Develop high-income skills. People still don't fully understand how the times have changed. They don't take advantage of the internet and continue to work a regular job. It's best to start learning online skills as soon as possible. Seek for talents that are highly compensated and evergreen, meaning they will always be in demand. These include, for example, copywriting and sales talents. Lesson 14. Establish a relationship with God. I'm aware that some individuals may become agitated when I mention this. These days, when someone praises the Creator, people become upset. He who puts his reliance in God will be genuinely strong when all hell breaks loose, and he who gives God all the glory will remain grounded even after achieving success. Lesson 15. Plan out your next steps. Being strategic is a must if you want to succeed. Don't just sit back and let life happen to you like a meathead. Make advance plans. What will you do next, and what will you do after that? The more well thought out actions you can arrange in advance, the better. Lesson 16. Turn around. Things will happen even with the most meticulous planning. You will experience storms, and you will need to modify your plan on numerous occasions. You must be able to quickly change up your moves when called upon. Don't think twice. Choose. Lesson 17. Pay attention to comprehend. People are self-centered by nature. We feel like the protagonists of our own stories and enjoy talking about ourselves. Some listeners only to immediately agree or disagree. To comprehend, listen. React without listening. Lesson 18. Avoid becoming a coward. A coward is one of the worst kinds of men. You cannot even consider this person to be a man since they are so repulsive. No matter how you're feeling, try to be brave and always stand by the individuals in your social circle. Lesson 19. Show gratitude at all times. There is always something in life to be thankful for, no matter what occurs. Irrespective of your circumstances, it is possible for you to have the worst day of your life. It is irrelevant. There is always something for which to be thankful. Today, you might have been horribly murdered. Recall that. By the way, remember to show some love by clicking the like and subscribe buttons if you want to advance in life. Till we meet again.